So today we are going to talk about ServiceNow Demo, and today we are going to cover a few details about ServiceNow Demo. So firstly, we'll be starting with the ServiceNow introduction, like why ServiceNow and what is ServiceNow, why many industries or many organizations are using ServiceNow, and what is the main advantages of using ServiceNow when compared to other applications. So we are going to see the introduction, and we are also going to see like what are the different features of ServiceNow application, right? And also like what all applications are provided by ServiceNow. And finally, we'll be seeing like what is the course content and syllabus, the duration of this course. Finally, we'll be having Q&A session. So let's get into the introduction part. So basically, you might have heard about ServiceNow since last 7 years. Right? It's booming a lot basically in the IT industry. Everybody are talking about ServiceNow, and you are seeing great market currently in the IT industry for the ServiceNow. So first, what is ServiceNow? So ServiceNow is basically a cloud-based application which is mainly used for managing the IT activities in the organization. Okay, so cloud application, meaning like the application is placed in the cloud and you can easily access it through the internet connection from any device. Okay, maybe from laptop or desktop, maybe from mobile phone or from tablet. Right? So you can access it from any device, like you access Google Drive, Gmail, right? So this is also something similar to the such applications. And why it is used? It is mainly used for services. Okay, so for example, you purchase a product and you want to use the services of the product. And whenever you are using the services of the product, if at all, if you face any issues, then you'll be raising some complaint, right, to the service provider. And service provider's duty or responsibility is to fix or restore the service. Getting it? So, for example, if you are using an internet connection from a service provider, and if you see there is some issue with the internet connection, what do? You raise a ticket with the service provider, and service provider will work on the ticket, and they will have some timelines based on the criticality of the issue. And they will resolve the issue, fix the issue, and they'll update you saying that the issue has been resolved. Kindly check and confirm us. So this is some kind of service addressing the end users' complaints or issues. This is one kind of service. Likewise, there could be many services provided by the service provider. So how all such services are being managed? Those services are managed using some application. So such application is nothing but, one of the application is nothing but ServiceNow. So ServiceNow is mainly used for managing the activities or services or the IT activities in the organization. Understand? So let's take few other examples. So you're working in the project, right? And you have developed some piece of code as part of the requirement, right? And you're working on different environments in your project, like dev environment, test environment, stage environment, or production. There are different environments. You as a developer, you have worked on some functionality building on the dev environment, and you want to migrate your code from one environment to another environment, whatever the code that you have developed. So you cannot simply migrate the code. Okay, there should be some process followed for code migration. Understand? So that is also one kind of IT activity. So process of migrating the code from one environment to another environment. So that is also one kind of IT activity. So how do you do that? So there's a process called change management process within the organization. So you will raise some change ticket and you will put in all the details related to your migration. So what are you going to migrate, and why do you want to migrate, right? When do you want to migrate? what duration you want to migrate, how much time the migration can take, right? So all those details you will submit in the change ticket, and the change ticket will be submitted for some approval. And the change ticket follows some approval process. And for example, if it is scheduled for next weekend, right? So on the next weekend, so and so time, you will start your migration by following some steps, right, through the change ticket. So you're following some process for the migration of the code. Getting it? So where are you managing this change process? You're managing this change process through an application called ServiceNow. If you're using ServiceNow, if your organization is using ServiceNow, ServiceNow change management process will be used for migrating the code. Getting it? So this is again one kind of IT activity, right? So let's take other example. Say you're working in the organization. You're part of the organization, and you're an employee of the organization. So you wanted to raise a headset request to attend the office meetings, right? So you do not have headset, and you wanted to request the headset for attending the office meetings. So you cannot simply go to the IT team and ask for the headset. Okay, you cannot do that. So you have to follow some process. So what do? You raise a request in the system saying you need a headset. So there will be some platform called Service Portal where you will log in there, and then you will check for the item called request a headset or request a hardware, right? So whichever is used in your organization. So you will go there, and then you will submit your details, right? Your project, which project you're working on, and why do you need headset, and other details related to your request. You will fill all the details, and then you will say submit. So once you submit your request, so it will be assigned to some team, backend team in the organization, say IT team. So IT team will have some timelines, say 1 week, for example. Getting it? So they'll have some timelines, say 1 week. Within 1 week, they will check the stock inventory, and if it is available, they'll procure it. If not, they will do some other process to get the headset fulfilled for you. Getting it? Process, IT activity for getting your request fulfilled. So again, this request fulfillment will be managed through a process called request management, service request management. So how do you basically raise service request? You will raise a request in one of the application, that is ServiceNow. Getting it? So I have explained 3 examples here, different scenarios related to the IT activities performed in the organization. So all these activities are performed or managed using ServiceNow application. Likewise, there are many IT activities performed in the organization, like the managing the legal activities, managing the compliance activities, managing the employee payroll, managing the employee attendance, absence management. All these are IT activities. Getting it? So there will be various applications in ServiceNow in order to manage all these kind of IT activities. So ServiceNow is mainly used for the services, okay, for managing the services or IT activities in the organization. So ServiceNow is not used for developing any application. So ServiceNow is not used for developing any mobile application. ServiceNow is not used for developing any Android application like WhatsApp or any other application. ServiceNow is totally a different application, which is mainly used for managing the IT activities in the organization. Understanding? So within ServiceNow, you have many applications within it. Okay. So here on your screen, you can see ITSM is one kind of application which is used for managing the IT service management. Okay. Like incident management, problem management, change management. There are different applications like fall under the ITSM. incidents, problems, changes, they're all managed using ITSM. Service catalog. Service catalog is mainly for the request fulfillment, which I just explained you, the headset request, right? So all those end users requests are managed using service catalog. Getting it? So ITBM is something like IT business management, ITBM. So which is mainly used for managing the business related activities within the organization. ITOM, IT operations management. So it is mainly used for managing the operations side of the service now, like the mid-service configuration, mid-service installation, and discovery. So these are all some processes which are used for the configuration items management in ServiceNow. Okay, they're all managed using ITOM. So GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. So GRC is mainly used for managing the compliance related activities. So every organization will have some compliance activities or compliance related stuff. So they are managed using GRC application. CMDB, configuration management database. So this is something like a database which stores all the assets of the organization, like computer related details, software related details, server related details, right? And the routers, all the assets of the organizations are managed or organized in CMDB. Okay, asset management, ITAM, IT asset management. So this is again used for managing the assets of the organization, specific kind of assets within the organization. ITFM, IT finance management. So this is mainly used for managing the finance related activities within ServiceNow in the organization. And you can also integrate ServiceNow with other applications using web services that is also supported in ServiceNow. And also you can build the custom portals as well using ServiceNow. So basically, a short definition I would say, ServiceNow is a cloud-based application which is mainly used for managing the IT activities in the organization through various applications within it. Right? So I'm trying to open the presentation mode, but some issue with the PPT here. That's the reason I'm just trying to show you in the small window. So let's come back to the benefits of the ServiceNow application. What are the important benefits of the ServiceNow application? So basically, as I said, it's a cloud-based application. So if an application is placed in the cloud, it can be accessed from anywhere. Okay, so you can access it from India, you can access it from US, you can access it from Europe, any place. Okay, provided you have some device to connect, you have some internet connection, and you know the login credentials. Okay, so that is the advantage of the cloud application. So you need not, there is no restriction that you need to log in from a dedicated machine only. No, you can log in from any device, from any place. And ServiceNow has multiple applications within it, as I just explained in the previous slide. ITSM, ITOM, ITBM, ITFM, right? All those applications are given by ServiceNow for supporting the business of the organization. And every services industry, they follow some guidelines, right? So any industry which are providing the services to the customers, they follow some guidelines, ITIL guidelines, IT infrastructure library guidelines. Okay? In that, this is something like a Bhagavad Gita for the services industry. So in that ITIL library, all the guidelines, what best practices you are supposed to follow while providing the services to the customers, and what guidelines you are supposed to follow while building the applications for providing services to the customers. So all the guidelines are defined in the ITIL. So ServiceNow is an application which is built with the guidelines of the ITIL. Okay, meaning it is following the ITIL standards and the guidelines. Okay, while managing its activities through the various applications. So that is one more important feature of ServiceNow. And it is user friendly to work on. So when you work on ServiceNow, when you open the application and when you see the application, it will be very easy to understand, very easy to navigate. Okay, there won't be much complexity that you will feel while working on ServiceNow. Okay, the look and feel, the user experience, the navigation, everything will be very easy for you. Okay, so that is the point related to the user friendly, and it is not that cost effective compared to the other applications. So there are many other IT ticketing applications like Remedy, Zira. Okay, so related something similar to the ServiceNow, but they are not providing that many features as ServiceNow is providing. So compared to them, ServiceNow is not that costlier. Okay, so but these days, like since many applications are being introduced right in the ServiceNow, so ServiceNow is also becoming a little costlier because there's a great demand for ServiceNow in the market currently. Okay. Next point is version upgrade. So what is version upgrade? So any application you take in the market, okay, so it has to keep upgrading itself as per the market demands. So application features cannot stay standalone. Okay. Okay. So yesterday in the market there will be the customers will be using some features, but tomorrow same feature may not be used. Okay, demands may change, requirements may change. So applications have to improve or upgrade themselves as per the demands of the customers. Right. So ServiceNow is also following version upgrade every year. Okay. Every year it undergoes some upgrade process. So I can show you the version history of ServiceNow. So ServiceNow started around like in the year 2012 with a basic version. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
So if you see here, so ServiceNow started around in the year 2011 with a basic version called Aspen. Okay, and in the year 2012 it is upgraded to a next version called Berlin, and 2013 Calgary, next year Dublin, right? Eureka, Fuji, Geneva, Helsinki, right? So every year it upgraded itself. Okay, so currently organizations are using a version of ServiceNow called Xanadu. Okay, so you see this is a basic version, and every year it upgrades itself, and in every upgrade there will be some new features, new improvements. If there are any issues in the old versions, they'll be fixed and released as a solution in the next version. So likewise now today ServiceNow is Xanadu version. Many customers are using Xanadu version. So next version is Yokohama. So customers or the organizations will be upgrading their service environments to the Yokohama version in the coming months. So this is the history of ServiceNow versions. So ServiceNow is not staying at one place. It is upgrading itself every year in order to meet the demands and the requirements of the